Good morning, guys. I hope you're all well. We'll be doing Euclidean geometry, grade 12. So in this case, I have a question 9 for you guys, which is a Euclidean geometry question. So when you attempt this question or approach it, you firstly read the statement that has been given, because sometimes you can also find answers there. So now this statement says, in the diagram, PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. PS is produced to W, TR and TS are tangent to the circle at R and S respectively. And angle T is equal to 78 degrees. And angle Q is equal to 93 degrees. As now we are given those angles, they are also written in our diagram, the circle. Now in this case, guys, you have to look at the diagram thoroughly and analyze it, because most of the grade 12s makes mistake here because they can't see it properly. So in this case, guys, you need to check your diagram. As you can see, we have a diagram there. We have a circle, we have a quadrilateral, we have tangents, and also we have angles and we have points. So for the first question, they are saying that give a reason why ST is equal to TR. So in this case, we check where ST is and TR is. So we can see that ST and TR are tangents because they touch the circle at one point and they come from the common point, which is T. So in this case, when we give the reason why ST and TR are equal, it's because they come from the same point. Are tangents coming from the same point. So in this case, we're gonna say ST is equal to TR because they are tangents from same point. And then now we go to 9.22. They say calculate given reasons the size of angle S2. Now we can see that we have angle S2 and angle S3 there. You can see that we have our angle S2 here. So now, since we have found out that ST is equal to TR, we're gonna say that S2 is equal to angle S2, it's equal to angle R2. Why do we say that? Because we say from the previous statement that ST is equal to TR, meaning that opposite angles equal sides. Since that the sides are equal, meaning that the opposite angles also will be equal. So we're gonna say opposite angles equal sides. That is the reason for saying that. But that didn't say that you should find S2 being equal to what? No, they said you should find the angle of S2. So we are not done with our first statement. We found out that S2 is equal to R2. Now we need to find out what is the value, what is the angle of S2. Since now we know that S2 is equal to R2, and we know that triangle STR it's equal to 180 degrees. We say that angle S2 plus angle R2 plus angle T, it's equals to 180 degrees. And also you have to give a reason why do you say that, because now you can't just have a theory without supporting it. So now in this case, you need to have a reason why you are saying that it's equal to 180 degrees. You say sum of angles in a triangle. Now since that we know that we've got a statement like this one, we know that we've got T is equals to what? 180 degrees. And we say S2 is equals to what? R2. Meaning that you can replace one of the unknown here, writing it to be the same as the other. So we're gonna, in this case, let's take angle S2. We're gonna say angle S2 plus, where you see R2, you sub S2 because now it's equal to S2, right? So you say also angle S2 plus, where you see T, we are given, which is 78 degrees. It's equals to 180 degrees. Now you check your light terms, you add them, it's gonna be 2 angle S2 plus 78 degrees is equals to 180 degrees. and then you do your maths there. You say 180 minus 78, because when you transpose this to the other side, it becomes negative, and then you get 102 on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side you have 2 angle S2, and then you divide everything by 2. 102 divided by 2, you get 51 degrees. Now you have found out that S2 is equals to 51 degrees from your triangle of STR. Now we go to 9.22. 9.22 says that calculate given regions the size of S3. Now that since you have found out that S2 is equals to 51 degrees, and also you have found out that R2 as well, it's equals to 51 degrees. Why do we say that? Because we say that there are sum of angles in a triangle. Now we need to find the value of S3. Remember from your statement, they say that PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. So that part has to come in handy somehow in the question. Every time when you are given a statement, means that that information somehow in the question is important. That's why I say you always have to read the statement first before you attempt the questions. Now let's go and find angle S3. Now what do we know about cyclic quadrilateral? Since we are given angle Q there, which is 93 degrees. Now we know that in a cyclic quadrilateral we have laws. Since now when we have a cyclic quadrilateral having like 90 degrees here, we know that opposite to Q has to be the sum of 180 degrees, which is, as here we've got angle 1, we've got angle 2, and we've got angle 3. So the opposite angles has to be the sum of 180 degrees. Now that since now we have 93 degrees here we have to say 180 minus 93 degrees, you get 87 degrees. Now that since we found S1 and also we found S2, which S2 is 51 degrees. Now we also have a straight line here from point P to S to W, we have a straight line. Now we are looking for angle S3 because the question didn't say we should find angle S2. So in this statement you're gonna say angle S1 is equals to 87 degrees. Why? Opposite angles in a cyclic quad. Opposite angles in a cyclic quad. Now since you have S1 being 87 degrees and you have S2, let's write it down so that you can see. You have S2 from the previous question, which is 51 degrees. Now we can find S3. How do we find S3? We say S1, angle S1 plus angle S2 plus angle S3 is equals to 180 degrees. And what is the reason behind that? The reason is that sum of angles in a straight line, sum of angles in a straight line equate to 180 degrees. In a straight line. Sum of angles in a straight line is equals to 180 degrees. Now, since we have S1 and also we have S2, we can find S3. You just substitute into your equation. Now S1 is 87 degrees plus S2 is 51 degrees plus S3, which is unknown, we are looking for it, it's equals to 180 degrees. Now you do your like terms. 180 minus 51 minus 87, you get your S3 being equal to 42 degrees. Now you are done with your question 9, which is a total of 5 marks. So for the first question, because you are giving just a statement, not just a statement, sorry, you are giving a reason why ST is equals to TR, they give you 1 mark for it. And then for question 2, since now you have proved that S2 is equals to R2 and also you have given a reason, you're gonna get a 1 mark, and also for final mark of S2 being 51 degrees, you're gonna also get a mark, which is a total of 2 marks. And this one is a total of 1. And then for the last question also is a total of 2 marks. So for finding S1 you get 1 mark, and finding the final answer you also get a mark. So thank you for your time, guys. Highly appreciated.